Why was I missing some ammo when I went? Firearm damage, ammo capacity, okay. This is the best weapon out of the 4 weapons, the starting weapons. If you can aim with it. With good FPS, this weapon would be nice. Stable FPS. This would be easily the best weapon out of the 4. Yes. What the fuck? Please. I can't say with this weapon. Both of these are good on this weapon. This weapon should be very good as these are. I can hit their heads, that is. What the fuck is this? Ridiculous amount of shit. Okay, survive.
Ishmael will be excited to use this Furium in the forge. Well, as excited as Ishmael ever gets
So
anyway.
Furium is like permanent upgrades. You can like make your runs easier, I suppose, by doing some upgrades in the base before you even start any runs. That's what the Furium is for. Okay, got it. So essentially, whenever you can take Furium, always take it. Yeah, now we know.
Let's see what he can do with this.
Firearm damage increase is very noticeable. What? That again? Makes more sense with this shield or this weapon. Enemies take reduced damage from it, of course. Yeah, this weapon's pretty good, huh? I think this is the best weapon out of the 4 as of right now. Probably makes more sense here.
Another shade. Can we help, warrior?
Yeah, this weapon is very fucking good. Yeah, this is easily the best weapon out of the 3. Or out of the 4, I mean. I think the SMG is probably the second best. Or maybe the shotgun. It's either the SMG or the shotgun. Second best. This is definitely the best. Mark duration or... No, let's just go firearm damage. Okay, I've gotten some disgusting lessons on this one. Firearm damage ones, in particular. What? Okay, that's... Okay. Ah. Nah, this is very good. I mean, this would be insane. But... fuck it. Awesome. Visibility in here is really not something. Why am I able to see this through one shot headshot? Okay. Yeah, this weapon is really something, isn't it? Easily the best weapon out of them all. Okay, that is so Can I just see all of these from somewhere? I just wanna... Blessings. 3 times firearm 10%. 15% weak point damage. Alt fire damage. 5% damage when I just do damage stacks up to 200%. And I lose the stacks when I miss a shot during an encounter. 50% increased damage while at full health. Each firearm shot... Oh yeah, I mean this is the passive, yeah. And then my E also does kind of ludicrous amount of damage too. I mean... Upgrade on an existing glyph. Which ones of these abilities were glyphs? Oh, it's these. Right. That would probably be... Gain a large amount of fury. I mean, this is very good for like... You know, if I was playing this game like long time, or if this was the full game, getting fury would be very good for like the base upgrades, I guess. Yeah, this damage is pretty cool, huh?
Ishmael will be excited to use this Furium in the Forge. Well, as excited as Ishmael ever gets, anyway.
Oh, is this the boss? Okay, well, if I ever had a high chance to do this, then this would be it. Let's see me die in it. So that is what you are in this supposed to be. The damage is fucking insane. So you are supposed to shoot the little head part whenever the eyeball comes out. My damage is so insane on this thing. Oh fuck, passive. As long as I keep full health, because I do more damage when I'm full health with my passives. They got that passive. Fucking hell, this guy.
Drink up, warrior.
Or is it already dead? Oh, I see.
It's on its last gasp, warrior!
Right, I'm gonna heal because I have the more damage at full health thing. All damage, celestial damage. What did I just get? Who knows? Dream. Right, I really wish this didn't lag as much as it does. The chronic stuttering and frame time crafting, as unstable as it is really ruining this. Full damage? I guess no full damage. Now, everything from that point on is new. All of this I've... Oh! I see. That was the entire demo, it was just that boss. Okay. Well, we finally did it. Right, my verdict of the game, I guess. Okay. If the game did not have... Okay. Can I say about the visual clarity at all? Because the visual clarity of this game is fucking atrocious. Like, I'm mainly going off by experience of just, you know, being a bit more used to, you know, because of games like Overwatch or Remnant, from like those types of games, like, you know, aiming at people's heads and just using the mouse, like, just the experience is making it easier. But oh my goodness, dude. The visual clarity when you move the camera in this game, and how like everything is so like pixelated and noisy at the same time, it's fucking terrible to look at. So that is not nice. It also runs like shit. The frame time graphics is extremely unstable. Just jumps all the time. This game just also runs too heavy all the time. It uses way too much VRAM for how like little there is on the screen at once. It's like loading like every single room like on the VRAM buffer like at once or something, and it's like not loading them in and out like whatsoever, which is the reason why it's using such a copious amounts of VRAM. Okay, and then if those were not as bad as they are, I would say that this game is fine. or is good even. Like, I would not mind playing this. You know? Like, this is the type of game that you can easily just go in and just, you know, play. It's kind of like the reason as to why people like games like Vampire Survivors, for example, as one, you know? So, if the technical issues of this game are not as bad as it is, I would say that this game is pleasant to play. But because they are the way that they are, I would probably not play this game on release unless they would very strongly fix some of those things. Because they are inexcusably terrible. Like, I would much rather over this game play something like Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal than this. Like, they run so fucking amazing, they look amazing, and they are, like, mechanic-wise probably better than this game is and will ever be. So, yeah. Can I do anything right now because I killed the boss? I guess not. This is just, yeah, that's the entire amount of content that there is on this. Right. I mean, it's the price. I mean, it's a roguelike, that's the thing. Like, I don't like roguelikes. Then again, I have played roguelikes, you know, like Binding of Isaac, for example, used to be one. Actually, you know what, that's probably one of the most famous roguelikes that there ever was. If maybe the most famous one. One of the first ones and one of the most famous ones. Binding of Isaac is something that I used to play from time to time, whenever that game came out the first time in, like, 2010 or something. Like, a very long time ago, you know? In internet years. So, I'm not completely opposed to the idea, but, like, I don't get anything out of roguelikes, you know? Like, one very big thing that I dislike about roguelikes is because I don't feel like I'm making progress, as interesting or as odd as it is to say. Because there's no story progress, or there's no, like, you know, plot development, character development necessarily. It's all like, it's like so, it happens on the moment. Like, your entire, like, character development and progression is just the present. And there's not, like, anything, like, tied to, like, the game anywhere, you know? It's not something like Remnant, for example, where there is some elements of a roguelike, you know, the areas, like, being randomized, the biomes being randomized, for example. But, you know, because the game ties, like, those randomized areas and levels and whatnot into the game's normal story progression, where, you know, they just happen to be randomized, but otherwise, like, the structure of the game, the story, the plot elements, character dialogues, character progression, all that is still, like, normal, you know? But it so happens that there's some rooms and areas that are just semi, like, what's the word? They aren't entirely randomized. What was it? They're, like, procedurally randomized. Like, sequences of different, like, levels back to back to back, you know? So it's not, like, entire randomness either, too. But neither is a game like this, I guess. But, you know, it's that element that I really, like, want to have on a game, you know? Like, this is the type of game that you would just simply play to, like, kill time for me. Like, it's that. But there's thousands of games that do that for you, you know? You can just play a game that kills you time, but you also feel like you're progressing towards something. You get something, like, tangible out of it that the game remembers the next time you log onto it, you know? That is something that you don't get on a game like this. Like, you know, you might as well, like, play an MMO, for example, you know? Like, that game you just clock in one day, and then you clock in the next day, and you feel like, you know, despite of how slow, like, the progression is, you are still progressing towards something, you know? But yeah, TLDR, the worst things. Visual clarity of the game, it runs way too heavy, it uses a disgusting amount of VRAM. Okay, if the game's visual clarity was fine or good, And if the game's VRAM use was under control, if the game's frame time graph was under control as well, no stuttering, no random ass drops. If all of those three things were in control with this game, I would say that this would be a very good roguelike on the making. Yeah, I would say that this would be very fine FPS Doom-like roguelike. But because those things are not in control, I would say that the game is probably going to die because of that reason, to be honest. I think most people, when they play this demo, they are going to have a lot of these same, like, immediate thoughts that, like, create a barrier from being able to enjoy the game, you know? Like, it's like games like, I mean, these, like, new games that have been coming out, like Resident Evil 9, for example, or, like, Arc Raiders is another famous one, or Battlefield 6 is another one, or say, like, Lies of P when it comes to, like, Souls-like games. Like, there's a very big appreciation that people, including myself, have for games that just, when you open it up, it will immediately either look passable or look great, and it also runs good. So you don't have to think, or you don't have to, like, be concerned about, like, having to fiddle with these, like, different settings and, you know, like, looking at how distracting the games like shadows are, or how pixelated the ambient occlusion is, or whatever have you, you know? Like, you can just open the game, like, tweak some things once, and then it's just, like, a blissful experience, technicality-wise, you know? Like, those games are very... Like, I've noticed, like, this, like, long time ago, like, even when I had, like, my 3050 back in the day, is that games when I didn't have to think, like, whatsoever about the performance, and the game just looked at least decent, passable, or even great, and I didn't even have to think about, like, tweaking the settings and just keep being annoyed by the frame drops of the game, and it was just a smooth and pleasant experience. All of those games I have always rated higher than the games that run like shit. Every single time. It's literally just... It elevates, like, the enjoyment that you get from the game so much when it just works amazing, you know? This is not one of those games.